on, everybody? How you doing today? So here I am in West Hollywood, Los Angeles, California, doing a video about Sal Mineo. Now, I've passed this apartment building many times, and I've stopped outside of it. I've never actually done a video on it. This is the first time I'm attempting it. Always wanted to. Sal Mineo, rebel without a cause. This guy had a great, incredible career, and then sadly a little bit on the decline. He was a teen star, am I right? He was a teen star, big teen star, and then kind of just the career went on the downward trajectory, and sadly he was murdered right in back of this apartment building. And I'm here with Drew.
How you guys doing?
He's been in a few videos with me before. We did them about 2 years ago, right? Yeah, we did some Charles Manson videos. We did Peter Lawford, Marilyn Monroe. You know a lot about old Hollywood.
A bit.
Just a bit. Because you're connected to old Hollywood. Just a bit. Your mother, explain.
My real mother was named Janet Blair, and she was a big star in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. And my stepmother, who married my dad, she was my dad's third wife, played Natalie Wood's body double in Rebel Without a Cause.
There you go.
Pretty incredible.
So she knew Sal Mineo.
She did.
She did.
Yep.
Now we're going to show you some photos of Drew's stepmom with Natalie Wood.
Yep.
Let's take a look at those. Okay, Drew, so tell me about these photographs you have put out for me right here.
So we have some great photographs today. They are previously unpublished photographs. This is my stepmother, Faye Newell Mayo. This is Natalie Wood and Robert Wagner at their wedding reception. And this little arm back here is the arm of Natalie Wood's little sister, Lana Wood. She was a star herself later on in Diamonds Are Forever with Sean Connery, James Bond.
So there's Natalie Wood, and there's your stepmom.
That's right.
That's crazy. And there's at the wedding of Robert Wagner and Natalie Wood. That is crazy.
And what's great, Scott, is that, and it very kind of strange or weird, but my stepmother, Faye, played Natalie Wood's body double in Rebel Without a Cause, but then became her friend later on as an adult, because Natalie was 17 years old at the time. My stepmother was 21 at the time.
At the time of filming Rebel.
That's right. And for the night shots, SAG, the Actors Guild, would not let young people work past a certain hour in the night, and they had to only work a certain amount of time. So Faye, my stepmother, would play Natalie's body double in some of the shots where Natalie wasn't available.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this photo, this is very cool.
So this is my stepmother, Faye, right next to Natalie Wood. You can see the obviously resemble, that they resemble each other. Here is Lana Wood down here. And this is Natalie Wood's mother and Lana Wood's mother back here. I'm not sure who this is, but she is famous in some way or another. And this is on some set of something. I'm not sure what this gift is, but...
Yeah, it looks like she was well known. Maybe somebody will tell us, because it looks like they're giving her, like you said, like a present. They're all looking at her.
Yeah. And I'm not sure why my stepmother was there at the time, which is kind of funny. But in the wedding shot, we obviously see that, Faye was invited, but I'm not sure why she's in this picture. But there's the story about Natalie Wood's mother telling Natalie Wood that she might die in dark water for some reason. And then Natalie Wood, for her whole life, believed this omen, and it actually came true.
Wow. So, Drew, we're standing across from the apartment where Sal Mineo was murdered. February 12th, 1976. He was returning home from a play that he was rehearsing called P.S. Your Cat is Dead. It was at the Westwood Theater, and it was around 11:30 p.m. He parked his car in the back. It was a blue Chevelle, and he was stabbed to death right around back. And we're going to show you close-ups of the house, and we're going to go around back and show you exactly where his body was found. And it's pretty grim. It's a sad story. He's buried, I believe, in New York. So his body was flown back to New York. He was not buried here in California. And that's a grave I'd like to visit one day. Pay my respects there. But let's take a look, and we'll talk more about what happened here that night.
Okay.
All right, so there's the building there. So it's February 12th, 1976. Sal Mineo returning home. And this building was owned by Marvin Mitchelson. Do you know that name, Drew?
Yeah, that famous lawyer, right?
Famous lawyer. And his mom lived here, and a neighbor named Raymond Evans. So they heard the screams. Sal Mineo saying, "Oh God, help me." And Raymond Evans came rushing out, and there was a trail of blood 10 feet long going down to the sewer right out and back. And he tried mouth to mouth, but it was too late. It was a stab wound to the heart, perforating the heart. So it's the building on the left was Sal's, where he was renting the apartment. And whoops, I hit stop recording for something. I'm sorry about that. So it's the building on the left, and the building on the right is actually where he was found behind. We're going to show you. I'm going to show you how that works in a second.
And his apartment in the back or the front?
Well, his apartment was right here.
Oh, in the front. Okay.
Yeah, his apartment was in the front, I believe. We didn't realize how far back it goes. But he had the spot. I don't think there's very many parking spots. We're about to find out. So he had the parking spot. So I'm thinking he probably had the nicest one. I don't know. So if you're coming along Holloway Drive in Hollywood, and you think this is where it happened, it's not here. It's in back, and we're gonna go around back right now, and we'll take you on that walk.
Cool, there's no gate.
So far, so good. This building's kind of frozen in time. I'm sure it hasn't changed much since 1976, as you can tell.
Look at this little skinny
Little walkway here.
Right, yeah. If you're too fat, you're not going to get through there.
There's a doorway there going up back, up top. So we're gonna turn to our right here when we get to this alley, and this is where the murder occurred. There are lots of rumors swirling about why he was killed, but I'm gonna tell you exactly that story.
We have some crime photos to show you too as well. Some still photographs.
Yeah.
There's a couple police officers standing around the site, and we think it's where this little depression might be, and it could be also down there, which is a similar one too.
Yeah. Now, from what I believe, he parked his car here, and it's actually behind this building, 8567. So it's actually right here. This is where,
Right there.
yes, because he parked his car here, and he was murdered here.
Okay.
His body was found right here. Now, like I said, it's 10 feet to a sewer. I'm guessing
that
that.
was all cooled, all the blood was.
Yeah.
Don't want to be graphic here, but I want to be respectful to Sal.
That's correct. We do want to be. So I'm looking for where that sewer would be, but it's hard to see underneath the cars. But it would be right around here. But this is where Sal Mineo's body was discovered. So by lining up because you can see both of these in the picture where you're standing. There. Yeah. So Drew, right behind us, through this alleyway, this part, right there, that's where Sal Mineo was murdered. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people think that it's unsolved, but it's not. 3 years later, an inmate in Michigan named Lionel Ray Williams, started mates that he killed Sal Mineo. And they squealed on him, and he was convicted. He served 25 years. He's out now. I'm not sure about if he's alive still.
Wow.
But yeah, he actually only served 25 years.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I believe he was sentenced to 50, but only served 25.
Oh, incredible. He probably, sat in some of these freaking chairs over here,
Yeah, we were just saying that this is a little courtyard. He probably sat here.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful. We're right between the two buildings. This is, as I said, right there, exactly that spot. That's where Sal Mineo was murdered. And right in between these two buildings, a beautiful little garden. She probably sat here. And
It's like 15 degrees cooler in here,
yeah,
Scott. Look
yeah,
at
it's like a
this.
little oasis.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so that's 45, almost 45 years ago.
Wow.
But these buildings probably have not changed at all.
No.
They look pretty retro. They look pretty funky. But it's the building behind me. That's where Sal Mineo lived. He was found right here.
8569?
Yeah, on the coroner's report, it gives the address as 8567 because he was found technically behind that building. He was more on that side.
Okay.
But they give his address as this one. All right, so that's the story of Sal Mineo. Drew, thank you for coming along.
Hey,
thank you
thank
for
you.
sharing those photographs
Thanks
of Natalie
very
Wood
much.
and your stepmom. That's
That was
so
fun.
cool.
Thank you.
And rest in peace, Sal Mineo.
Yep.
Peace out.